So the transfer window has just closed. And that makes me think, what if we gave Chelsea a 15-year transfer embargo? They have state-of-the-art youth facilities. They have a worldwide reputation. They have excellent youth recruitment and excellent junior coaching. Surely a club who has a really good youth academy will start using their players, hold on to the players they have, and be smart. Can the AI in Football Manager 2023 control the transfer embargo? Can they hold on to the quality they've got whilst developing players from their own academy? Guess we're going to find out. So we are now 1 year into the future. One season has gone. Crystal Palace have been relegated. Chelsea have finished in 4th place. But mainly, I want to see, did they hold on to their staff? Obviously, players coming through, academy players stuff, that's not to look at yet. Have they held on to the players? Did they play smart in the window? So obviously, they've not signed anyone after signing Zakaria. But let's go through the transfers and see who's gone. So it's from here. It's only loan sales. Okay, so season 1, I would say Chelsea were smart. They've not sold a single player. Not a single player. They've held on to what they've got. Okay, let's jump a few more years forward and let's see. Have they continued to be smart and continued to hold on to their quality whilst developing the youth? Okay, so it's 2028 and Chelsea have just finished in 6th place in the Premier League. So let's just, out of curiosity, go into the general side of things. So they finished 4th, then 6th, 3rd, 4th and 5th. And I did see Graham Potter is still the manager of Chelsea. So let's have a look at the squad. The starting 11. In goal is 24-year-old Gabriel Slonina. He's a decent keeper. Obviously joined before the embargo. They have Wesley Fofana, Ashley Mullen and Koulibaly. 36-year-old Koulibaly in defence. A back three there. Mullen is an 18-year-old who looks insane. I mean, fair play to Chelsea developing him. And then you've got Reece James, 28 years old now. Casadei in their defensive mid there, who again joined them just before the embargo set in. Kovacic, who is now 34. Kukurea at left wing back. And obviously I had Reece James, Mason Mount, Kai Havertz and Raheem Sterling. In terms of other youngsters, they've got Bermejo, a right Spanish wing back who looks very, very talented. Came through the academy, obviously, very talented. Lukaku at 35, Conor Gallagher's 28, Ben Chilwell's 31, Chalobah. They've got a 21-year-old Dutch player here who is probably the weakest of the lot, but physically very, very talented. And then the final one we'll check out this Andy Smith. How's he look? He's not the best. Is this what Chelsea's putting out? But how smart were Chelsea transfer-wise? So the first season, they just loaned people out. They actually did make a sale. Here, the 17th of the 6th, 2023, they made a sale. Jaden Wareham went to Blackburn, but he's actually, you can't even click on him, so he's retired. Okay, on to the season after. So, Malanga Sarr, they sold to Monaco. They let Fabemi go on a free. Xavier Simmons go. Alfie Gilchrist. Is any big sales? Baba Raham's gone to Fulham. Some loans there. There's a free. Bakayoko. I almost forget that Chelsea actually have him. They signed him, and he's just been going out on loan since then. Okay, but mainly it's just been loans. That Sarr was a big sale out. The season after, 42 million. Christian Pulisic, who's now only 29, they sold him for 6 million to PSG. If we're looking at mistakes, Kante to Real Madrid on a free. Ampadu to Dortmund for 3 million. Then you have a lot of loans. Then Callum Hudson-Odoi to Man United for 22. Ruben Loftus-Cheek at the bottom there for 11.25. I feel like some of them sales, if a club was in a transfer embargo in real life, there's no way they would do them sales. No way. And I do think this is where the AI in Football Manager is lacking. Them decisions are shocking. Absolutely shocking. The season after then, let's have a look. Mainly loans, some small transfers out, next to nothing. So that season, they realised they can't keep doing that. The season after, 7 million. So they got rid of this guy here, he's not the best. 6 million. So Kepa, they sold to Wolves. He's now only 33. He was probably their best keeper then, at around 30, and they sold him for 6 million. Like, that's insane. And the season just gone, 4.5 million. Broja to Olympiacos for 4.3 million. Never really hit the ground with them, only 3 goals for them. So I understand why they sold him. If we go to the overview then, they have 163 million in the bank. They have 95 million budget, but obviously they're not spending it. It's a strange situation. Some of the sales they've made are mind-boggling. Competition-wise, have they won any other competition? So they won the Champions League in 2023. Let's go through. Did they win anything else? They won the FA Cup in 2026. They won the Super Cup in 2023. They've not won the Carabao Cup. They won the FA Community Shield in 2026. And in 2025, the Under-21s Premier Division Cup. 23, they won the Under-18 Premier Division, Under-21 Premier Division in 25. Okay. We're going to jump forward to the end of the transfer embargo. Have they continued to develop youth? Do they still have... You can see it's superb. So they're not actually invested in the facilities to keep them state-of-the-art. These should be the best possible as well. And junior coaching isn't. It's a strange situation at Chelsea. They've had 6 seasons to focus on the facilities and focus on the youth and hold on to the players they need. They've let some strange players go. Will that continue? I mean, first off, can we just point out that my club Newcastle have won the Premier League, so I look forward to 2036 so I can celebrate that. And Chelsea they are not in the Premier League. Chelsea are not... Wait, I think I need a sip of coffee for this. Okay. Chelsea are not in the Premier League. Championship, they didn't go into the playoffs. They were in the playoffs, but they went out of the playoffs. Chelsea are a championship club 15 years into the future. The question is, does anybody want this save file to try to build Chelsea? Frank Lampard is the manager of Chelsea. Let's have a look out of this, by the way. So, Graham Potter left in 2031. Unai Emery came in for a year. Neil Bath, caretaker role. Then Alfred Schreider came in for just over a year. Then Neil Bath. Then Mokwena came in for just under a year. Neil Bath again. And Nuno Espirito Santos came in for 48 days before he was sacked. And Frank Lampard's been here for 2.5 years so far. So Frank Lampard actually got them relegated. And he's kept his job. That's insane. So you can see the small decline. 6th, 7th. Up to 6th again. Down to 9th. 8th. 15th. 12th. And then relegated. 19th place. Then they finished 8th. Okay. So Frank Lampard joined halfway through the relegation season. And he's just finished his 2nd full season. And they've still not gone up. They've been in the Championship for 2 years now. For 2 years they've been in the Championship. They have 188 million in the bank. The transfer embargo ends at the end of this month. They have exceptional youth, still only excellent, still only superb, still only superb. It's very, very confusing how they have not stayed up. From the position they're in, they should have been able to develop and hold on to players long enough for that. So let's go all the way back to this next season here. Straight away, Conor Gallagher they sold for 17 million. Okay? 10 years ago when he was only 28, they sold him for 17 million. And Adam Fint, who was a Chelsea academy player, he's now only 29. They sold him to Everton for 30 million. You know you can't sign anybody ever again for 15 years. Why are you selling people? Harvey Vale for 10 million. Again, another academy player. Can play in multiple positions. Trevor Chalobah they sold for 20. Kukurea they let go for 3. Stonina, who was the first choice goalkeeper 3 years ago when we checked, they sold for 1.7 million to Real Madrid when they don't need the money. They don't need the money. The season after, Bermeja, who now is only 28, came through the academy. He's now playing at, was that Atlanta? They sold for 24 million. I'm sorry, did you have plans to sign someone to replace him? Ben Chilwell for 4.7. A lot of loans going out. 900k. 82 million here they've sold. 62 million for Ashley Mullen, who's now only 27. Full England international. Unbelievable defender. They sold him. Reece James they sold to Arsenal, who's still playing now at 37. Like, oh, Arsenal, what are you doing? So let's have a look. The first choice goalkeeper is Dante Issa. He's very average. Very average. And then you have Matthias Gill as right back, who is decent. Very decent right back, 100%. Goalkeeper, 18 years old, came through Damien Ring. New prospect, talented prospect. Alongside a left back here, who again, he's not the best, is he? Probably would have rather had a 39-year-old Kukurea playing. 2 centre mids, let's have a look. 23 years old, not bad. And 20-year-old here, very talented. Good first touch, good long shots, very good attacking mid. Mentally and physically decent with 16 balance. That's what we like to see. Attacking midwives, let's check these 3, shall we? Luke Humer, very, very, very talented player, 100%. Paul Wright, again, insanely talented. And then you have Tendai Banda, who, again, looks insane. So, looking at this Chelsea squad, it's very, very talented. It's very talented. They just needed the experience. Like, if we're going age-wise, they don't have a single player over 30. They only have 2 players over 25. If they held on to 5 or 6 of them players, like Conor Gallagher, players like that who were still playing, still around the age of 30, just held on to a lot of them players who were between the ages of 29 and 36, especially the experienced players in the Championship, the likes of Reece James and stuff, you could have easily survived, kept surviving, get through it. Then you've got an academy team where you can then sign and add 1 or 2 quality, high quality players too. I'm shocked at how poorly the AI in Football Manager has handled this situation. Hopefully you are as well. If you do want to play this save, I'm going to put the link to this because I'm actually considering a 1-season save where we've got to take Chelsea back into the Premier League. Let me know in the comments below if you think that's a good idea. Let me know if you download the save file. I've been Paul, also known as the Northman, and I'll see you next time.